Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina. It's been a really long time since I have posted a video, and there has been a lot, and I mean a lot, going on in our lives. I don't really want to get into all the details because I feel like the details don't really matter. But what we're going through isn't really what we're personally going through. And it's not so much even like Chris's stuff that he's going through, because I know that this work was meant for me. As a child, I was molested, and I was molested multiple times throughout my life. I held on to a lot of anger and resentment because of that, and the universe gave me a situation where I could help a child to not feel as bad as I did, I guess. And so I've been helping with that, and that reflection has brought up a lot of stuff for me, and that's okay. I'm really cold, so I'm shaky, but some warm tea will help. It's not hot, it's only warm, so it's only kind of helping. Anyways, that situation has brought up a lot of, like, shaken up a lot of dirt at the bottom of a bottle, I guess. That's what one of my friends put it as. And I'm reflecting back on those feelings. I'm reflecting back on those emotions and almost re-feeling them and re-experiencing them just through a different perspective. And that is so hard. It's very hard. And so then the second situation is that we have adopted a friend, a neighbor. She's quickly becoming a part of our family, and she herself is going through a lot with previous drug addiction, alcoholism, yet her story is the exact opposite of the story that I led. Of course, I'm doing a video, so Penelope's like, hey, I need to be pet right now. Sorry, the video's shaky. Like I said, I'm a little bit chilly. Her story is that she's the victim, and I was the abuser. So she's coming from a situation of very scary verbal, emotional abuse, along with physical abuse and intense, scary physical abuse. And I did all of those things to my husband and to our 3 children before I was able to go to a plant-based diet, which decreased everything so much. But then, like, changing, no, you're not going to do that right now. No way. You're not gonna do it. Oh, you don't wanna be seen, do you? Anyways, seeing. Sorry, I get distracted and then it's gone. I was abusive to my husband. I punched Chris in the face multiple times in our relationship. I've given him black eyes. If you ever saw him with black eye, that was me punching him in the face. That wasn't him. Whatever story he concocted, that was me. And I do not condone violence. I do not condone anger. I am really working hard now, going through all of these emotions again with people, with our new friend situation. I'm sorry for the Facebook beeps. I don't even care. With our new friend situation, I mean, I'm reliving everything that I did and put to Chris and put him through. I'm reliving all of that. And reliving it through his perspective, and that's really tough because I made him feel this way. I see how badly she feels. I feel what she feels. Being an empath, I absorb people's energies like a sponge, and that is why I don't like to be around people. I'm now learning to control it. This is a great lesson in learning to control my transmuting of energies, and divine alchemy is what keeps coming up in my oracle deck. I know, I'm a totally new person. I am not the person that I was before in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I have been doing a lot of soul work on a really deep level, cleansing all of these like penned up energies and emotions, and reliving some really dark, scary years of my life. And I'm doing it really fast, really rapidly, in a very short amount of time. And that makes it a little bit harder, but that's okay. And I finally kind of figured out why all of this has been happening like this, and I'm coming to terms with it. I've come to peace with it, and I'm really excited for what is to come. I know that there will still be challenges ahead. I don't think that anything is permanently fixed from this, but I know for a fact that, like, I'm never going to go back to drug addiction. Like, our new friend had a night where she relapsed, and I saw her and I was like, God, is that what I looked like? Like, is that how I acted? And he was like, yeah, all the time. Any pictures you saw of me ever, like, passed out on a plate of food, I was high. And that was in front of my kids. Like, they saw me high. And thank God they were so little. And thank God they won't remember. However, I was still high. Like, he found me passed out in the car so many times. I would just use at the end of my shift because I had to just drown everything that I saw and I witnessed and numb it all down. And yeah, I was fucked up. And so I was like, that's how I was all the time. And he's like, yeah, and now I've got to deal with it again. Like, he was upset. And I said, no. I have to deal with it. Like, this, I welcomed her with loving arms into our home because I didn't want anyone to suffer. I wanted to provide a safe haven for someone that was going through that. And I felt obligated. Like, we can't turn people like this away. Like, we're just going to be like, fuck you, you got to go figure out something else. And everything that she's going through is really stressful, really scary, really sad. And I'm really thankful that I'm here to also, like, be in this sane state and able to provide this perspective for some reason behind his behaviors and his actions. And she really has appreciated that perspective. I think that that's helped her change this pattern. It's a pattern that you get into with domestic violence and abuse. It's a go-around, turn-around cycle, and there's been multiple times where I'm just like, why are you doing this? You need to stop, because he will then keep doing this. And it is one big merry-go-round. Stop. Get off. And she's like, oh, you're right. Thank you. And I tell her, like, tell me to shut up if you don't want to hear it anymore, but I'm just going to be honest and straight up front and give you some perspective on this. And I think it's really helped everybody a lot. I am so thankful that I'm waking up to realize, like, what's happening and to realize why I'm encountering these people and these energies. And I'm grateful for these opportunities to learn and experience. I'm going to put this down because I'm really cold, but I do my best stuff. Ooh. Welcome to my yoga corner. I'm back. It is February and it's like 50 degrees. Ooh. But I still got my yoga pants on. Anyways. So, I'm really excited for what has transpired, for everything that has happened. I'm excited, like, that I've overcome this. That I went from, completely like a wreck to the person that I am today. And granted, like, I had Chris there to help me, thank God. But especially if, like, she's got me. She's got me to help her. I had Chris, she has me. She has somebody that's there in her corner, that's rooting for her, that's picking her up even when she falls down and even when she makes a mistake. She has somebody, and that's me, and I'm kind of excited about that. Like, I make these connections when I talk about it. I guess this is an important reason to do videos. I can't plan out videos anyways. I've tried to do videos probably 30 times in the last several months, and they never, like, work out. Like, something always happens. I always get interrupted, and it just distracted, and there's chaos. So, but this does help me, like, open up and feel better. And I'm going to try and keep them down, but it's been a while. And I've got new people checking me out and checking out my page. So I figured I'd give you all a little bit of a history. Everyone kind of wants to know, like, the crazy shit that happens in the Brewer life. So, anyways, Chris sent me to Virginia Beach about a month ago. And I stayed in an oceanfront hotel for like wicked cheap. So like January, February is definitely the time to hit up oceanfront in the Northeast because hotel was like $40 some with an oceanfront, ocean view. Woke up to the sunrise and went to bed with the sunset on the other side, but like got to just walk out my door and see it, and it was so beautiful. So he sent me up to Virginia Beach, and I spent 24 hours up there, and somebody recommended, thank you, Angie, to go to ARE, which is an Enlightenment Institute, and I can't remember all of the initials, but I can't even remember the guy's name. That's terrible. Anyways, I went into this spiritual enlightenment center and walked a labyrinth, went and meditated in the garden. They had a bookstore, and I'd been praying for a place that would have like crystals and tarot cards and essential oils and incense and all this kind of like spiritual stuff that I'd never gotten into before and was actually interested in learning more about, but didn't know where to start. I'd been praying for a place like this for a while, and she was like, Mel, you have to go there. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And as I was packing up my stuff, I was like, maybe I won't go. It's not that big of a deal. I'll go another time. And then, like, my higher consciousness was just like, no, you have to go. So I went. Anyways, I was like, I'll just go look at the tarot card shelves. And it's like 2 whole rows of shelves. It's a lot. I didn't realize there were that many people that created tarot cards, made tarot cards. I only thought that there were tarot cards. Apparently, there's different kinds of tarot cards. And so then I was like, well, there's so many, like, I feel really overwhelmed. If they have a mandala deck, I'll go through, like, I'll check that one out. And so then, as I look to the side, there's a mandala deck. The Crystal Mandala Oracle deck. So then it was like, well, I'm not going to look at it unless there's a tester pack that I can open it up, look at the stuff, see how it feels. So I look and there's not one there. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I peek behind and the tester deck is tucked behind the new decks up front. I was like, well, there we go. I got to open it. So I sit down on the floor. I just sat down right there. I didn't care. And I opened up that book. And I have to find the card now. Maybe it's the first card on the top. How crazy would that be? No. But I was like, well, let me look and see like what the first card is. And we'll go from there. So I look at the first card, and right away, it's gonna be like way at the end. There's so many. There's 54 cards. I want to show you the card before I tell the rest of the story. So bear with me. It won't take long, I promise. It stands out. It's a looker. And I haven't been that attracted to any of the mandalas on here. There's 54 different mandalas. They all come in different shades and colors. But I haven't been as attracted to the mandalas as I was to this one. And so, yeah, this is the Empowered Service card. This is like intro to reading decks, and I don't even know that much about it, but this is the Empowered Service card. And so this is the Sanskrit Om symbol, which I conveniently have tattooed right here on my wrist, and which I conveniently have tattooed on my guitar and on several mandalas, because I have this like huge attraction to this symbol. And I was like, no fucking way. So then I kind of look through real fast to see if any of the other cards are like this. Yeah. I think it's the only one with any writing whatsoever. They all have a lot of symbols, but none of them have writing on the actual mandala. What are the chances? So then I was like, well, we gotta see. We just gotta wait and see. Ooh. Ooh, chilly. So this is the Empowered Service card. Ascended Master Yogananda and Rhodonite is the crystal. I still don't know much about crystals, but I'm learning about mandala oracle cards. And so we have number 25. Empowered Service. It's your time to assume your place in the world at the table of the masters who serve the loving hand of the divine. You have been asking for your purpose to be more clearly unveiled and manifested in the world, which I had been doing. I was lost. I needed help. Needed the store to help me out. You have endured lessons of patience. You have learned that spiritual progress can be made even without results being immediately obvious. I don't know, it just took like 32 years. You have learned trust and a willingness to surrender your personal desires into a larger plan. And that thought had been going through my head constantly, like, I want freedom. I want to be able to, like, not so much the single life, and I don't wish this at all. I don't want anyone to take me wrong, but I just want freedom. Like, I wish that I could have a nanny so that I could go to the beach when I needed to, or I want to be able to go on vacation whenever I want. I want to just be able to go and do things, but I have 3 little girls that I'm never going to leave. I have a wonderful husband that I'm never going to leave. And I have 3 wonderful dogs, a rabbit, a horse, and now 12 chickens, who I'm never going to leave. And so I've kind of sacrificed what I want for a larger plan. And to me, that like was acceptance. You know, like, you are meant for the spiritual journey. You're meant to show people the light. You're meant to move forward and grow and experience. Like, the life that I have gone through and that I have lived is, like, most people don't believe me when I tell them. Some people, and I'll tell anybody, I don't care. I told taxi drivers or Uber drivers in Las Vegas. I will tell anyone, and I just want to help people. But, like, when I tell people, they either don't believe me, they get really weirded out, and are like, whoa, this lady's been through some shit. And then there's the third group of people that are like, whoa, tell me more. Like, what's going on? How did you survive all this? I need to know more details. And they want to, like, analyze what I've been through. So yeah, there's 3 different types of people. So, and the larger plan, like, I want freedom, like, I want full freedom, but I'm not going to get it, and that's totally okay. I then have to balance out what I need, which is some solitude, some respite. I need those things because of the amount of energies that I'm absorbing. I'm constantly analyzing things. I analyze everything. I can't stop. But just the constant absorption of energies. I feel my daughter's energies. I feel my husband's energies. And I feel our new roommate's energies. I feel the dog's energies. I feel everybody's energies, and that gets really overwhelming. And I'm surrounded by somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just as every mom is. I recognize the fact that I need some time. So, like, every day, a couple times a day, I need to get outside. Once a day, I need to get a break, like an hour, that is just for me, and I get away. I'm usually able to get that. Some days I don't, and I don't freak out anymore if I don't. Like, I actually am able to balance it and take what I can get that day and accept it and move on. Before, it used to make me very angry. So anyways, going off track. So the larger plan, and we know that of which you are capable, and we now invite you to step into the next level of empowered service available to your soul in service to the greater plan of divine love unfolding. And so I had been questioning, like, spiritual guidance and what if I should be doing that path. And this was the card to tell me yes. There are moments on the spiritual path that are something like a divine graduation. You may not realize that you have been making much progress in the lead up to these moments. In fact, it is often the times when your mind tells you nothing much is happening that, at another level, you are making the greatest strides. Some of the most difficult and most spiritually empowering lessons you will master on the earth planes are those of endurance and continued effort in the absence of immediately perceivable result. It may not seem very glamorous or radiant, but being able to labor for the light when you are in darkness is one of the most advanced lessons your soul can master. It defines you as a light that can be relied upon to shine where it is most needed, which, of course, in darkness, with total faith and unconditional trust. This is the hallmark of a truly powerful soul with great compassion. You are willing to feel the light and yet not leave the darkness behind, but rather to stay and shine your light for as long as those you are meant to serve are in need. I've totally felt drawn to do this. like to help people, to fix people. As Crazy Steve, I volunteered to fix him. He wasn't ready. That's cool. Moving on. In the same way that once you have mastered your lessons in one class at school, you progress on to the next level of classes. In this earth school for the soul, once you have mastered a certain level of ability, you are given more spiritual opportunity and responsibility. This, as well as a new level of mastery to obtain, if you wish to continue to progress with your spiritual journey. As this happens, you are also gifted with the experience of being empowered to serve in new ways or at a new level of potency, wisdom, and effectiveness. Basically, like, this whole card, and I mean, each card has like a chapter, not chapter, it's like 4 pages, but little writing, it's in depth. It has like 4 pages of information that go along with it, and when you read these cards, they just fly out of the deck for no reason, or like that would be the first card on the top of the deck. That one with that symbol that's going to totally draw me in and keep me coming back for more so that I buy this deck. So long story short, I get this card. It's got this symbol. I read this. It totally calls out to me. It doesn't even really call out to me anymore because it's not so much relevant. Like, I'm already stepping into this role of empowered service. I have not drawn this card since. That was once only deal. Like, that was it. I continue to draw the same cards over and over again for myself. Similar cards with Chris, but different from Chris, but similar with Caroline. And they then draw different cards that they will continue to get repeatedly out of a deck of 54 that I just shuffle and they randomly fly out. So that, like, those connections started to make me wonder. And then, you know, each time I read the lessons, each time I read the cards and the information in the book, it always gave me like this really awesome positive outlook of how to tackle the situation at hand, grow from it, learn from it, and then grow from it, I guess, and apply it to my life, and to really, like, it's really grounding. Like, maybe that's the crystal and earthing aspect of it, that it's keeping me grounded in this time of total chaos. Everything that's happening in the world right now, like, I'm working through and actually putting my blinders on. Fear-mongering and mind manipulation is huge, and I didn't see it until I got out of it. So get yourselves out of it if you can, guys. Like, get away from the media. The media is owned by corporations. Those corporations want to keep you scared so they can keep you controlled. So, like, step back from that shit. I don't care what's happening. It's not going to change trying to do it the way we've been doing it. What is going to change things for the better in this world is that people like me that have been through crazy shit need to step up and say, look, we've been through crazy shit. We can help you get through your crazy shit. And we need to raise the vibration of this planet with a positive attitude. So get away from the media. And I'm making this video after this 18th school shooting, 2018 stuff. Like, this is meant to make you scared. It's meant to keep you questioning. It's meant to continue to keep people divided about this gun issue. All of these things have a reason to keep you controlled. Step away. Come to the light. Get away from that stuff and turn your TVs off. Go outside. Get outside. It's nice. It's 50 degrees. I'd rather be in here because there's silence. Like a low hum of cars, but raindrops, insects. And there's not many. It's a little cold for that tonight. Fog, wind, all that good stuff. Get in nature. Anyways, I'm going to draw one card tonight, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to post this. I'm not going to care. So bear with me. But I'm going to draw one card for the collective. I was going to do a spread, and I'm not ready to do a spread. A spread would be, at least I call it a spread. I don't know. I haven't researched any of this. But to me, a spread is a bunch of cards with different questions associated to those cards, like a different intention. And then, or a different topic that you want to talk about. And then the spread as a whole with the combinations of cards that you get provide a broader generalized perspective of the problem. I already, like, know how to do this and I've never really done this, but, yeah, everybody that I'm reading for is really enjoying it. So why not read for the collective, right? We're going to do this together. This episode was brought to you by marijuana, because without that stuff, I don't feel comfortable to do this. I'm such an introvert. I can't help it. Anyways, so I'm gonna ask the question. Maybe we're gonna do 2 questions. We're gonna do, what does the collective need to know now, and what blessings or gifts are gonna come from this. So, what does the collective? Stop it with the 2 cards, man. What does the collective need to know now? What does the collective need to know? See? It just flies right out. Just goes, psh. We have nourishment. Whoa! I've never gotten this card. Why? Because I eat really healthy. Look, it's really cool, though. So, I like to look at these cards and try to find all the different designs. I guess that's what anybody does with a mandala. But this is the Crystal Mandala Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And she really does a good job of hiding little creatures and stuff, and has different images overlaid, and really, really cool cards. So I just try to look at them, see kind of what they're about. This is funny, though. This is cool. I like this. So we got nourishment for what does the collective need to know now. And now we're going to do what are the blessings and gifts coming our way from this. I'm not going to take it. Blessings and gifts. Nope. 1 card, please. I'm not going to take it. Don't even look at them. I don't want to know. It's a surprise. 1 card, please. We don't got time for this. It's too cold. Ooh. Blessings and gifts that are coming our way. It wants to throw 3 cards at me. What are the blessings and gifts that are going to come our way as a collective? What are the blessings and gifts that are going to come our way? And it takes a little while. Look at that, 3 cards. That's the 4th time that it's happened. So this would be a spread. Searing Presence is a really cool one. I'm trying not to get the angles, but my camera's not very good quality, so I apologize. I can post pictures or a link to my Facebook page, and you can check them out there. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this, but we'll see what happens. This is Unconditional Trust. Ooh, I kind of know where this is going. This is cool. It's exactly what I talked about. That's crazy. And already, there is value. Shit, I don't even need the book for this. This is crazy. So, oh, this is awesome. So, nourishment. This was the what do we need to know now card. For nourishment, I mean, it's red. I would say that it symbolizes blood and life force. Your blood is your life force. If your blood is acidic, I've been talking to a friend about this tonight. If your blood is acidic, you're going to have disease. And if your blood is alkaline, you're not going to have disease. In order to get alkaline blood, you can't put acidic foods in your body. Acidic foods would be meat, dairy, fish, eggs, chicken. Chicken counts as meat, people. Anything, eggs, dairy, yeah, we covered it. Anything that comes from an animal is a byproduct of an animal. Gelatin, Jello, gummy bears. Those are all pig's feet and cow cartilage and ground up and then made into food that you feed yourself. And that would all be dead food. So that's all something that's already rotting before you ever even consume it. You want to get rid of those, and you're going to want to go towards foods that if you pull a carrot out of the ground and then you stick it back in the ground, it'll probably grow more greens. You can eat the majority of a head of lettuce and only leave the little bulb at the very inside, and you can kind of cut off the bottom of it, put it in some water, and in 2 weeks you'll have a root system and you can plant it and grow a whole nother head of lettuce. Mangoes that you pick from the tree are obviously not going to kill the tree. Apples, same thing, dates, avocados, walnuts, pecans, hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, all of these things that are really high in healthy fats, healthy protein, healthy minerals and vitamins, they all come back to life if you stick them back in Mother Earth, if you take a bone, a pig leg and you plant it and you pour some water on it, it's not going to come back no matter what you do to it, right? So you are what you eat, and when you consume death, you then therefore will die. If you consume living things, and granted, I am not completely raw. I want to be clear on that. I don't want to be on that front yet, and maybe this is a card for me as well, like nourishment. Like maybe we need to take the step to raw, and I've toyed with the idea with Chris. I mentioned it the other day, but I feel like this is something that we need to do together as a family. Just try it, experience it, see what happens, and then go from there. But you know, we need to do what's best for our bodies. We need to put life into our bodies if we expect to live and live healthy. We need to put life and living wonderful things in our bodies and stop putting death into our bodies. Milk is also not alive. We all know this. So breast milk, you might not know this actually. Breast milk is good in the fridge for like up to 3 days, I believe. And then in the freezer for a month. Certain freezers, 6 months to a year. There's all these different guidelines. It doesn't have the same nutritional value. The moment it leaves the breast into the baby's mouth is the best time to feed your baby. We milk cows. We then cook it. It's pasteurized and homogenized. And it sits on a shelf for like weeks. That shit's not alive. Eggs are not alive. They're cold, dead little eggs. And all of these things too, like you're putting an impact into the universe every time you kill an animal. And each person consumes, I think, over 350 or 400 animals a year. I don't want that karmic paycheck. Like, I don't even kill mosquitoes. I just brush them off. Go on, brush your shoulder. Yeah. That was not funny. But anyway, so nourishment card. As a collective, we need to nourish ourselves. We need to nourish better. If you are a meat eater and you don't feel good, you need to put living, healthy foods in your body. And if you can't do it overnight, don't. Do a low-key switcheroo. Do what feels good for you. People notice that when they take out one thing, they start to take out more. Read the book Skinny Bitch. Even if you're a guy, Chris liked it. It's got a good attitude. It's fresh. It's funny. And it changed my life and changes multiple people's lives. So check that book out. But nourishment. That's our first card. What do we need to know now? Whew. What blessings and gifts are going to come our way? Card number 49. Searing Presence. It's Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz. Like I said, I don't know the goddesses, the Ascended Masters that she talks about. But it's a cool mandala. There's a background image with like a sun. I can't see much else right now. Maybe a tree. Searing Presence, I would say, like, we've got to step up to the plate. Like, we've got to make ourselves known. If you're a light worker, an empath, a healer, any of these things resonate with you, we need to step up. We need to shine our lights. I'm in a lower income community. There's people that are very wealthy here. There's people that are very poor here. And there's a really big, I guess there's a lot of different people in this area. However, I've been working a lot with like lower vibrational frequency problems like child molestation and domestic violence. Those would be lower vibrational frequencies. But I need to be here. I need to do that. I need to help these people. I get it. I understand it now. And I'm ready. And so we need to be that searing presence for those that are struggling, those that are having a hard time. We need to be there. We need to stand up and stand our ground and, be that lighthouse in the darkness. That was one of the cards talked about being this lighthouse. Like, if the lighthouse just got up and ran inside when the storms got crazy and the waves are crashing up over it, then that's so funny too, because I've seen a lot of lighthouse videos go by on Facebook. But anyways, if the lighthouse just picked itself up and ran inside when it got scary and tumultuous, then a lot of boats would crash and shit. But like, obviously the lighthouse can't do that. But if you run away from the scary stuff in life, like, you're not going to be able to help it. So we need to stand strong. We need to have that searing presence. And that's going to be a gift given to us if we nourish ourselves. And also by nourishment, I also want to put in meditation. That is mental nourishment. That is imperative. You cannot like feel good every day without doing meditation. Start with 5 minutes. I've talked about how to meditate in the past. Hit that video up. But yeah, like nourishment it doesn't end with food. You have to give yourself that self-care. I've been drowning because I haven't been getting enough self-care, and I figured out how to balance it better, and now I feel better. But we just need to make sure that we're balancing all of that in. It's all important. All types of nourishment for yourself to help you be able to carry that light through the darkness, because it is a hard road to walk. But it is so rewarding, and it's so imperative. Like, we're here to help others through this process. So, yeah, searing presence. Next is going to be a gift of unconditional trust. I mean, like, this could be a gift, but this could also be like, we just need to trust in what's happening. We need to trust this process of the universe. The universe knows what it's doing. It's been here a lot longer than petty little humans that have only been here for like a couple thousand years. Tens of thousands of years, I guess, or humanoid. This freaking place has been here for 4.5 billion years, and we think we're like hot shit. We ain't even got nothing on the dinosaurs. Like, we need to trust that this planet knows what the fuck she's doing. We need to trust that this world and universe knows what the fuck it's doing. And we need to stop putting our valuable trust in people that don't know what they're doing, aka the government of any nation. Those leaders, the monarchies, the dictatorships, the democracies where we think we have control. Bullshit. The only person you have control over is yourself, and you need to put your trust in the universe to make sure that the best outcome happens for you, because the way we've been doing it is not working. Hello. We all know this. It's not working. Let's accept it. Let it go and move on. Like, let's go forward. If you've got people starving, it's not working. And we have too many people starving. 800 million, I believe the number was up to. Too many people. That's almost 1 billion people. Like, come on, guys. Anyways, and unconditional trust in the universe. And this I have gotten several times. I've gotten the unconditional trust one. I've actually gotten 3 of these cards. I've never gotten nourishment. But already there is value. I really like this card. It has a lot of like symbolism. Not symbolism, what is the word for it? Like the ancient symbols, but anyways, already there's value. Like, we complain about how terrible this place is that we live, this world that we live in. We constantly complain and gripe about the situations that we're in, and we forget to see the good that there is in life. And I have been a huge abuser of this, I guess. Like, I've been getting so down on the situation that we've been in and sucked into the negativity that I've like lost the ability to appreciate the value. And there's a lot of value, a whole lot of value in this world. And like, I'm not in the place that I want to end up for the rest of my life, but I know that I'm in the place where I need to be. But like, sitting on my back porch used to make me really uncomfortable because of all the people that were surrounding us, and like, people could see me from a lot of viewpoints. I'm not used to that. And like I said before, like, I don't like to feel all the energies all the time. But I'm able to now sit on my porch and find the value. Like, I sat there and I could feel all of the positive, beautiful, natural vibrations that this planet was emitting. I could feel the ground. I could see the sky. I could see the clouds. I could see and feel the sun. Like, the sun was so beautiful today. And then all of the birds and the nature and the bees that are buzzing, and life is going on, and it's going on beautifully, and we're missing it. For what? For what? I don't even know what half of the shit we fight about is for. Like, I just don't get it. So there's already value here. Yes, there is a lot of poverty, there is a lot of disease, there is a lot of garbage, there's a lot of pollution. There's so much of these really terrible things, but the sun is still shining. The clouds are still in the sky. The flowers are still blooming. The bugs are still buzzing. The birds are still chirping. And Mother Nature is still going on. Yes, shit is getting crazy. Yes, there's terrible, terrible natural disasters happening all over the world, constantly, all of the time. But she is cleansing herself of whatever needs to be fixed. And we need to remember that after the storm and after the fire, rebirth happens. Like, if there were no storms, if there was no rain, if there was no, bad weather to shake the dirt up and clean it out, like, you put shit in a washing machine, it gets agitated in order to cleanse itself. It's the same deal. All of this stuff is happening for a reason. I don't know what the reason is. A lot of the people I've listened to don't know what the reason is, because we haven't been there. But we're all on this journey together. You are not alone. I am trying to back off a lot from social media because it was consuming my life. That's also very addictive. They have engineered Facebook on the point to make people addicted, to increase dopamine receptors, to increase dopamine response. Every time you get likes, every time you share a post and you converse with your friends, there's a reason for it. They wanted you addicted. So I've been trying to pull back from that because I was noticing my addictive behavior involved with the computer and involved with Facebook and all types of social media, and so I had to pull back. I've stopped doing mandalas temporarily just because with all of this energy that I've been transmuting and working with, it's been too much. I've been trying to rest, do a lot of meditation. I've been reading my cards a lot just because it makes me feel good and helps me deal and cope. So I apologize if I've been absent, and I've really started to get to know a lot of people all over the world, and I'm really grateful for you guys because I love the fact that's the one thing that social media has done, has been able to connect people that never would have met before. I talk to people all over the world and made great friends with people, like I said, I never would have met before. My soul family. So there are some, with the dark there is light, and so with the addiction of Facebook there is also this beautiful gift that we can encounter and meet people, and I'm grateful for that. So I hope you all enjoyed my first reading. I'm laughing because I never thought I would do this, but I'm gonna try and see what happens. I have fun doing it, and guess what? I don't really care if nobody else enjoys it. I'm gonna enjoy it. It works for me. It works for our family, and I draw cards now for our new roomie. I draw cards for Chris. I don't know if he reads them yet, but I do draw them. I draw for a friend across seas. It's really appreciated. Yamin, love you. He came into my life and was like, oh yeah, you're not the only empath out there. Like, there's other people like you. And I was like, wow, really? Because I only ever listened to the teachers. But it was amazing to be able to talk to somebody that he gets it. Nick, you've been my rock, my buddy. I don't know what I would do without you, because you've listened to me bitch probably more than Chris has, because he's been busy working and totally powering through with Veg Out OBX. And man, Chris, I love you, obviously. I'm surrounded by really cool guys lately, and now a really awesome lady. So my life is doing really well. I'm really excited for what's to come. I'm really proud of where I've come from, and I'm really happy in this present moment. And those are really awesome things to achieve in this life. So happiness is an accomplishment. It's so true. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, there it is. Ah! Yep, happiness is an accomplishment. It takes hard work. It takes guts. It takes strength, endurance. I feel like I'm at the end of a really long marathon. I learned my lessons. Did it. So I'm proud. Anyways, I wish you guys all the best. I am sorry it took me so long to post a video. I've had people asking. You now know the reason why. But I feel like this is really kind of a calling, like that empowered service card. And I hope you all enjoyed listening to that. I'm going to wish you all the best. I'm going to wish you some peace, some love, and some namaste. Adios, friends.